Hello and welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the Utah Jazz going up against the Chicago Bulls. And that's all for now. Time to hand it over to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. I'll be back with more at halftime.
It's a lovely night here in Chicago as we see an aerial view of Grant Park, Millennium Park, and gorgeous downtown Chicago. Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr here with you, alongside Doris Burke from the sidelines. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for the Jazz. And for Chicago. And they've got Vucevic, the sweet-shooting 7-footer out of USC, in at the center. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Williams at the 4 spot.
Boy, I tell you, the Bulls showed how resilient they could be without Derrick Rose last season. They played competitive basketball, but up against the Western Conference, they just didn't quite have the same punch. Got beat up pretty good out west.
And back to the Bulls against the West. Not sure what exactly their shortcomings were, but in the end, Steve, they were only able to win 11 games out of the 30 they played out of conference.
You know, the Bulls were a team that could win games on grit and toughness, but the West was a lot more talented last year than the East. And so some nights Chicago just kind of ran into reality, and they didn't have enough talent to deal with some of those Western teams.
Here's Beverly. Shot clock at 6. Here's DeRozan. Blocked. Number 2, defended by Beverly. Shot's good.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
Now the Bulls with it. Dishes it to DeRozan. Pass to Williams. Back to DeRozan. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Beverly, the pass to DeRozan. Just 5 to shoot. It's on target from a high post.
And a pleasure to watch him work at that end of the floor.
And the Jazz with possession here. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, I spoke with the head coach of the Bulls. Dictating the pace and making sure that pace is up-tempo is what he's hoping they can do in this one. He said, we're fast, we know it, and we're going to make sure they know it too.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Oh, he's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Launches a 3. That's good.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Utah with the ball. Fires the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Williams dishes to DeRozan. Picked by Williams. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Beverly. Fires for 3. Another 3 for Chicago.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Number 19 drills the three-pointer.
Now, they're not showing too much respect for him defensively, are they?
for Chicago. They've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And DeRozan, here we go. And now Utah, fast break, tipped. Six to shoot. Number 23. That one off the back iron and out.
And the defense did a pretty good job of closing off the middle once he got inside the lane.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
So it's Utah now, trailing by 2. Tries again. Solid defense there from DeRozan.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profile. Trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
All sorts of time. Can't get it to go. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Number 8. Number 23 gets an open look and hits.
Well, Kevin, probably his greatest value lies in his tremendous three-point shooting. When he's out on the perimeter, it gives them the ability to really stretch the defense out.
And offensively, you'll find him often lurking on those corners. Always a high percentage shot among three-pointers, and especially for him.
So it's Chicago now.
You know, you look at the flex offense that Utah utilizes, and it requires that players, one, be versatile and multi-skilled, but also that they have good basketball IQs and need to be able to screen and read defenses effectively. And that's not easy, but it's certainly a good way to play if you've got the right people.
That gives them the lead. DeRozan with it. The dish to Williams. There's the pass to Beverly. But they'll get another chance. Number 8. And they have their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Number 2, defended by Beverly. That drops. 6 points for him. And Clark, back to that flex offense you were talking about. Some players come into the league with the bad habit of standing around when they don't have the ball. Steve, that's not going to cut it in the flex.
No, it keeps you moving. It keeps the ball going. A lot of screening and cutting. It's a great offense, and it's difficult to cover. But I like what you said. It teaches the young players how to play as well.
And the Jazz with possession here after the missed 3 from Williams.
You know, Utah usually matches up well with Eastern Conference teams because style of play is similar. Both Eastern Conference and the Jazz like to play a grinded-out physical game, and Utah has the bigs and the defensive mentality to thrive in a slower-paced game, and that's why they went 17-13 against the Eastern Conference.
That one falls for Azubuike. On back to the Jazz against the East. Did what they needed to do against the conference as a whole. Winning more than they lost, but they also, Steve, had some key setbacks.
And the big one that I can remember was last year where they had that 4-game road trip to the East Coast. They went 0-4, and that was when they saw their grasp on a playoff spot start to slip away.
He doesn't get the second one.
Well, the Bulls battled in last year's postseason. Got a Game 7 win in Brooklyn to sneak out of round 1 in what was one of the more interesting series of the first round, but then fell to the Heat in round 2.
Now here's Jones. There's the screen. Clock at 6. Looking to end the run. Utah with the rebound. And for the Bulls, no Rose the whole time. And they had questions constantly being asked if he would return. But the team came together, Steve, and showed the Bulls aren't just a one-man show.
You know, they missed him, though, Kevin, and desperately. I thought they performed admirably, but they really needed him against the Heat. They were able to steal game one in that Eastern Conference semifinal matchup, but without him, the Bulls just didn't have enough firepower to beat Miami.
Jones checked in for Utah. Jones drives in. And Drummond throws it down.
Boy, what a throwdown after doing a great job to corral the rebound.
Well, you know, there aren't that many players with a better nose for the ball than him.
Agreed.
And with the D always scattered after an offensive rebound, he knows exactly how to get that to work for him.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. Pass to Jones. No good. Nice D from Drummond.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Jones. The feed to Taylor. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Hit his leg. And the ref's whistling a kickball. .55 seconds left to play in the first. Number 19. He's covered by Gay. Here's Drummond using his post moves to get the 2 points. Drummond's got his second basket of the game.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Utah with the ball. Here's Dunn, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
The Jazz making a switch here, and he's got his first chance at the line here. That free throw good from Dunn. Bulls trail by 4. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Jones kicks to Drummond. Jones. He feeds it to Drummond. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Chicago shooting their first foul shot of the night.
Around a year ago, they converted about 78% of their free throws as a team, so pretty solid there.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Free throw good, Drummond. Zero, defended by Taylor. Number 95. And it's off from three-point range. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Jazz lead by 1. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Jazz.
Guys, their penetration has been outstanding. I mean, it's actually been great. They're really finding those holes in the defense.
And they're also showing some muscle here in the first half, finding a lot of points in the paint area.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, this summer, the Bulls broke ground on a new 60,000 square foot practice facility situated just east of the United Center. Starting next season, it will replace the 12-year-old Berto Center, a half-hour away in Deerfield, Illinois. The Bulls coming back downtown and doing it in style, in a state-of-the-art building with all the amenities, including a rooftop green terrace. Kevin.
Pretty impressive, Doris. Thanks. Chicago with the ball. Following the bucket by the Jazz. Back to Jones. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Well, really a promising young roster for the Utah Jazz team, guys. A lot of blue-chip talent there. I think in a couple of years, this team has a chance to be one of the best in the West.
And that one falls for Jones. And you got to give this Utah front office a lot of credit. You're right, Clark. They've only missed the playoffs 5 times in the last 30 seasons. Steve, that is a remarkable run.
What I like about Utah, too, Kevin, is that they seem to stay ahead of the curve. They make moves while they still have leverage. Dealing Carlos Boozer, Kirilenko, Darren Williams. So they've done a good job of getting value, getting assets, and continuing to look ahead.
Utah leading. Back to Jones. He passes to Dunn. Number 95, defended by Drummond. Terry grabs the board.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Number 5. Moves back up. They shoot again. Uses the glass that time, and it's good.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And the first time out of the game called for Utah. And the Bulls making a change here. DeRozan's checked in. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. Pass to Dunn. He dishes it to Jones, and he drops it in from the low post. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Jones kicks to Drummond. Back to Jones. Feeds to Drummond. Excellent D that time from Jones. The Jazz have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Dunn. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in.
Well, he recognized the advantage size-wise, and he went right at the defender. That's how you do it.
Outside, Jones. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Pretty bad defense, letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know what's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. That free throw, no good. And Utah making a change here. So he comes up empty at the line.
Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot in this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they've picked up the aggression, and it could get them out of this hole.
The Jazz working the ball around now. That's good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Kicks to Vucevic. Working down low. Shot to stop the run. Count the bucket. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Lets it go with the three. And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
That's foul number 2 on him. They might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
And the Jazz making a change here. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. He kicks it to DeRozan. 6 to shoot. Count it. The defender is called for the block, and this could turn into a three-point play.
He is so creative, Kevin. That's what I love about watching him. As good as anybody in the league at breaking down a defender one-on-one.
And he's also a guy, Steve, whose confidence is not very easily shaken. That's an important quality to have. He'll miss a few shots in a row, but they're not going to cause him to doubt himself. Not in the least.
Utah's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Number 23, DeRozan defending. 0-0. That's short off the rim.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Number 8. And this is the go-ahead basket.
Great defense there. You really have to challenge him at that range.
They set the screen. Number 2. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him. Jones checked in for Utah. Both shots good from the stripe. Bulls trail by 3. And Beverly kicks to Williams. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And the Jazz with possession here. Number 23, DeRozan defending. 5 to shoot. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Another miss by Utah. The Bulls have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. The kick out to Williams. The shot goes down and gets this game back to even. Williams has got his first 3 points of the game.
Seems like guarding him on the perimeter is not a priority for this defense, but it will become one if he continues to knock them down.
Number 2. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 14 points for him.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Chicago calls timeout.
You got nothing, Bulls. You got nothing.
And the Jazz making a change here. As Azubuike's checked in. Beverly, the pass to DeRozan. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Rebounded by Azubuike. Azubuike's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Number 2, he's guarded by Williams. Inside. Azubuike, good. And the Jazz lead by 5.
Gotta love the use of the bounce pass there. Perfect feed.
1:37 left here in the second. DeRozan dishes to Williams. Back to DeRozan. Lock at 6. Pull from the top of the key. Good. And the nice assist for Williams. DeRozan's got 7.
Well, after struggling in the first quarter, he's come alive here in the second.
To the inside. Azubuike. And the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
Terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the hit.
That's how you do it, the bump and the bucket.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. Free throw off from Azubuike.
You know, not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
Dishes it to Beverly. Passes it to Williams. And a miss there on the triple.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
.41 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. No good on the triple. Bulls trail by 5. Now the dish to DeRozan. The pass to Williams. The feed to DeRozan. Number 8. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 8. Utah's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They are 4 for 9. They set the pick. And we're through 2 here and a good one. It's the Jazz. They're up by 2. Well, folks, stay tuned for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, fans. We've got a close game going on out in Chicago. Utah with the lead against Chicago. They've held tough defensively. Great rim protection, too, when you look at all the blocks. The Bulls getting after it as well. They've done a great job closing out their defensive possessions, grabbing boards, great rebounding. Andre Drummond making his presence felt early. He's got 7 points and also has grabbed 5 boards. We'll see you next time as the second half is about to get underway in Chicago. So long, take care, and thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports at the Half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Utah leading.
Get there.
Number 2, defended by Beverly. He feeds it to Azubuike. Vucevic on him. Number 2. Traps in the tray. He's got 17. Now here's DeRozan. He dishes it to Beverly. Another three for Chicago. Utah's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Number 2, defended by Beverly. Number 19. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Chicago trailing here. There's a screen by Williams. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. There's a good screen. And DeRozan kicks to Williams. Back to DeRozan. Shot clock at 6. Number 8. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
The Bulls' offense staggered at times, guys, and one reason that was the case last season is they didn't have a big three-point threat. Second lowest in the league last season in three-pointers attempted. They really were a team that tried to score the ball inside.
Here's Beverly following the bucket by the Jazz. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And Clark, you mentioned the Bulls last season without Derrick Rose, not the flashiest offense, and Steve, that hurt him.
You know, having said that, I mean, that is a team that played relatively slow even with Derrick Rose. But last year, particularly slow, 27th in the league in fast break points. Look, this is a team that hangs its hat on defense and rebounding, and the fans love them for it. But to make that next step, they're going to have to improve their offense considerably.
Guys, there were a lot of questions about what went wrong for Utah last year as they saw themselves slip from a middle-of-the-pack playoff team to being on the outside looking in at the playoffs. One reason was their play on the road.
Both free throws good from Beverly. As you said with the Jazz last year, getting wins on the road a big problem for them, and they just couldn't keep up in that category. You know, Steve, with other teams vying for a playoff spot.
Yeah, they finished 13 and 28 on the road, and that was what kept them out of the postseason. They just have to improve in that regard this year if they're going to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, you look at his game, he's got that banger DNA. Just plays the game the right way.
You know, you have to be a skilled player to make it in this league. There's something you have to do really well, but certain matchups demand not just skill, but will and physicality, and he's one of those.
First free throw is good. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Bulls trail by 3. Here's DeRozan. He's got 7. Pass to Beverly. DeRozan. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Vucevic with the bucket.
You got to love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of grinded out physical game.
Yeah, that was your game, Clark. Pound it inside and take the ball right to the defense.
That's what I tried to do, man. I knew my limitations. The defense left him just a little window to get through, and he just ducked in for the layup. Terrific job.
Now here's DeRozan. Number 8. And that one hits back iron.
Well, he hasn't had much success shooting the ball, but it's not too late for him to get it turned around and start contributing.
Lets it go. And again, it's Utah.
Coming out strong here in the third quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Feeds it to Beverly. Pass to DeRozan. Kicks it to Beverly. Back to DeRozan. Dishes to Beverly. DeRozan. The 10-footer. And again, no good by Chicago.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Shoots the three. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And DeRozan, here we go. Cannot hit. Utah leading by 5. He kicks to Azubuike. Shot from 6. And there's another one for the Jazz.
Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, he's trying to take the wind out of their sails here. I mean, they're on the wrong end of a bad run. They got to sort things out.
I think things were very close to spiraling out of control if he didn't burn one there.
So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Bulls trail by 7. Outside, Taylor. Passes to Drummond. Backing down. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Drummond's got 9 points.
Looked like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
Rudy Gay on the wing. Fires the 3. Taylor with the rebound. Bulls have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Gay outside. Number 23 knocks down the 3 ball. He's got 5.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
There's the dish to Drummond. He passes to DeRozan. Outside, Taylor. Clock at 6. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Utah leading by 5. Six to shoot. The pass to Azubuike. Pulls up. Again, the Jazz score. 1:52 left in the third. The feed now to Drummond. He dishes it to Taylor. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Chicago. Utah's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. And the Jazz call time here.
Looks like he saw some things out there that needed adjusting and wants to talk it over a little bit with his club.
I don't think you can ever go wrong burning a timeout if you see something you don't like and you need to talk about it.
The Jazz making a switch here. .130 left in the third quarter of the game. They set the pick. Pass to Dunn. 6 on the shot clock. Number 24. And it's thrown down hard with both hands. Bulls trail by 6. Number 6, defended by Dunn. Back to Taylor. Number 6, another 3 for Chicago.
I'll tell you what, the first half may have been a little slow, but both clubs really picking up the intensity here in the second.
I'll say that's for sure. I mean, things have really ramped up here.
Now here's Gay. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Number 24. And there's another one for the Jazz.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Here's Taylor, number 6. Another one falls for Chicago.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Dunn passes to Gay. 0, defended by Taylor. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Jazz have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. And the first one at the line is good. The Jazz making a switch here. Good on both. Number 6. Can't get it to go. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Jazz lead by 5. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Bulls trail by 5. Jones kicks to Terry. Back to Jones. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And Utah making a change here. Jazz leading by 5. Number 19. He's guarded by Williams. 0. Shot clock at 6. It's good from long range. The Bulls shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Outside, Jones. He feeds it to Vucevic. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Utah's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. 0, defended by Vucevic. Shot clock at 5. 0. There's the bucket. Good. And now it's a 10-point Jazz lead.
Well, when you think about instant offense, his name comes to mind immediately. Doesn't take much for him to get it going and run off a string of buckets.
There's one other thing about him that I like. It's how easy he makes it look to change his shot in midair. And usually with defenders all around him. Because of that, it's really hard to block one of his shots.
Jazz leading by 8. Number 24, defended by Vucevic. Shoots from the elbow. Shot is no good. Excellent D there.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Terry dishes to Jones. Williams has a screen for Jones. Pass to Williams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. And he knocks down the first one. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. And Williams drops them both.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And they're going to have to continue that pace, Clark, because they're down, and anytime you're losing, you got to take advantage of every offensive opportunity you have.
Number 2, and Utah again with the bucket.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. DeRozan passes to Beverly. Feeds to Drummond. Lays it up and banks it in.
Nothing too fancy, just simple execution. That's getting the job done when they need to make every possession count.
I agree, Clark. They need stops, and they can't afford any wasted possessions. Those inside shots are really high percentage looks.
And Utah has possession. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. Number 2. Offline with his 3. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Beverly. Back to Williams. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. And he banks in the layup.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Gets it to go.
Little touch of class there, guys. The end of that play with the finger roll.
Right through the D for the layup.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
And Utah has possession. They've led by as much as 10. That one goes. Count it.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Chicago calls timeout. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told them it's time to fight and take the lead. Let's put ourselves in position to bring it home. Guys, we'll see if they've got what it takes to get it done.
Here's Beverly. Kicks to Drummond. He's covered by Azubuike. The jump hook. The rebound by the Jazz. Azubuike's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Number 23, DeRozan defending. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. The first one falls.
They didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half, but they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Kevin, right now, they're doing a good job at the line. They're hovering around 83, 84, 85% from the stripe. That's good stuff. I mean, that's well done.
DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Dishes to Drummond. He is covered by Azubuike. From the baseline. And that one's good. And that's 13 points here for Drummond.
You know, if you were only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would be ahead.
Utah leading by 7. Utah calls timeout. Double zero. No good off the front iron. Bulls trail by 7. Here's Beverly. He kicks it to DeRozan. Passes it to Beverly. Off target from three-point range. Utah's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Number 2, defended by Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That is good. 21 points in the game.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 9. 1:58 left to play in the final quarter. DeRozan on the wing. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
Their low post defense has to show some improvement, guys.
Yeah, of the last 10 points, Steve, 8 have come from in tight.
Utah leading by 7. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Not the kind of pass you want to be making right there. He's lucky it wasn't stolen.
The dish to Drummond. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. And DeRozan. Here we go. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And now both of these clubs really in a groove here.
Already a high-scoring game, but it has become an offensive showcase down the stretch.
Knocked loose. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Number 8. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Boy, their defense making an impact here late, Kevin.
And straight off the steal, Clark, a perfectly run fast break ends in the slam dunk.
That could be a huge 4-point swing in this game.
What a clutch performance. He loves being in these situations, just relishes the opportunity. A lot of guys say they do, but you can see it in his face. He truly does.
And the Jazz call time here. They're in front by 2. We've got 1:23 left in the game. To the paint, number 23 goes up and lays it nice and easy. And the Jazz lead by 4.
Very clever passing. That was just beautifully done.
Now here's DeRozan. T right on him. And Beverly kicks to DeRozan. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
He's got the touch they needed here as this one goes down to the wire.
Yeah, absolutely. He's 4 for 4, and he knows they need every basket. I would look for them to continue to get the ball in his hands.
So it's Utah now. Number 23, DeRozan defending. The jump hook.
Oh, what a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
The Bulls shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Number 8. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Oh, Nelly. Listen to that.
That shot eliciting a roar from this gigantic crowd.
That was huge, guys. Absolutely huge.
Oh!
Look out.
Nasty. Absolutely filthy.
And the building is stunned, partner. He dug deep into his bag of tricks there.
I hope he keeps that one handy. I want to see that again.
Chicago calls timeout. They're losing by 4. 27 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Vucevic checked in for Andre Drummond. Here's DeRozan. They swipe it, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yep, you got to extend the game here. Try to keep that clock from moving.
And that's an intentional foul. Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Perfectly done at the stripe there, and that brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
Here's Beverly, and again, no good by Chicago. And so they choose to intentionally foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. And Chicago has possession. Jones kicks to Terry. Well, fade away. No good. And so it's Utah with the win. Both teams played well, but these guys had the edge.
Yeah, I think so. They were just steak knife sharp. Very on top of their game here.
Well said. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game.